welcome everybody. This is FXPassion broadcasting you live from YouTube. This is Forex trading for beginners. Let's check the time again. Where is everybody from? Melbourne, Australia, 2 a.m. Singapore, 11 p.m. 11:01 p.m. Madrid, Miguel, Madrid, 4 p.m. New York, Toronto, Eddington, 10 a.m. and London, England, Leslie, 3 p.m. GMT, 3:01, right? So welcome everybody, this is Forex Trading for Beginners. Today is Thursday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, February the 21st. And our goal for you is to become consistently profitable, minimum 3 months, knowing when, how and why you make and or lose money. You should not be allowed to trade with real money until you reach the goal. What is the goal? To become consistently profitable. No losing months, everybody. As a beginner trader, no losing months in between. Okay, so if you're a beginner trader and you end in profit January, so February you should end in profit, and March you should end in profit. Okay? If you are not going to listen to us, here is the risk disclaimer. Don't trade with money you cannot afford to lose, and the webinars are not investment advice. They are for educational purposes only. Next week we are going to have the so-called trading week. Remember, these webinars are not investment or trading advice, and your job is to question everything, and don't be fooled after you understand and master all the things here from January to December. Trading is still 80% emotional and only 20% technical, right? That's why you have traders trading for 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, and they are still, they are still struggling, right? Because why? Not that they don't know about market structure, Fibonacci, crowns and so on, but trading is 80% emotional, everybody, psychological, and only 20% technical. So in order to be successful trading, you need to have your mind and your heart in the right place. Remember, if being consistently profitable is difficult, you probably still have things to learn, and if your way is not working, why don't you try ours? Remember, 90% of traders who makes it between the 3rd and the 5th year of learning. For homeworks, we added this one. For homeworks or additional coaching or training or just questions, you can send your homeworks or questions to the Gmail contact, to the Skype contact, or to the LinkedIn contact. That being said, let's dive into the live markets and let's see, did anybody trade? This is from yesterday. Did anybody trade AUD USD? This is from yesterday. Homework, how would you trade, right? And see everybody, we addressed the risk, right? Risk for the traders that want to go long. We are still in a downtrend, and what happened, everybody? Strangely, what happened? I'm going to clean up the profits for the remove and remove. See, we are still in a downtrend, and what happened? Of course, we don't have the crystal ball, but strangely the market went up exactly to the long-term general. It was a short trade, says Miguel. Yes sir, but look how the market responded. See, as a beginner trader, you need to address the risk before you enter the trade, everybody. So this is from yesterday. We are still in a downtrend, and what happened? The market reacted just at the downtrend line and reversed. And risk number 2 for the trader that wanted to go long from yesterday, news announcement day. So let's clean up. But also the risk for the traders that want to go short. Number 1, we are still in a short-term uptrend. Not anymore. I'm going to clean up the stop loss for the traders that want to go long. Clean up. right? Clean up, right? We are still in a short-term uptrend. Not anymore. The market broke our uptrend line. And number two, the risk. We had the news announcement day, right? So if AUD USD is falling, what happened? I don't have any more here. I believe I deleted. Yes. What happened? AUD USD is falling. Most likely the news was, I didn't check, but most likely the news was bad for AUD and good for USD. Either way, and this was the question from yesterday, if we have a news release from USD first and AUD next, wouldn't it be better to wait for both news releases to pass? See everybody, if you went long yesterday, most likely you lost on this trade, right? Okay, there is a question, where is your stop loss? But the market reversed the trend, so the market was making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher high, and then it's a lower low and a lower high, right? So this is an indication that most likely this currency pair, it's prone to fall, right? So let's clean up this. China reduced 30% imports from Australia. Thank you, Miguel. Thank you. Thank you, Miguel. This is the reason. Okay. This is the reason. So let's talk about this trading opportunity, everybody. We have everything in place, right? We have the counter trendline break. The market is falling. The market reversed, broke the, let's remove this, broke the uptrend line. So is it safe, everybody? Let's use the word safe. Is it safe to enter right now? Is it safe to enter right now? So if we are going to enter right now the market, selling, shorting the AUD USD, so entry, okay, question mark, is it safe to enter right now into a trade? And where is going to be our stop loss? Well, we said that there is no right or wrong, but if this is our take profit, I would put my stop loss here, 10 pips or 100 pipettes above the most recent high. We are on AUD USD 1 hour chart, okay? So this would be my stop loss. If I enter right now, this would be my stop loss, and take profit is down here, okay? Now we said we need to address all AUD pairs are going down. Thank you, Miguel. So we said that we need to address the risk right before we enter the trade. So what is the risk here? What is the risk? Technically speaking, what is the risk? Technically speaking, I don't see any risks here, everybody. If you see some risk, please type in the chat box, but I don't see any risks, technically speaking, because the market reversed at the long-term downtrend line, broke the short-term uptrend line, okay? So I have the risk, only one, and is that the market can reverse for any reason. Okay, so no technical risk so far. And number two, the market can reverse for any reason, for any reason, okay? Like an importer or exporter start buying or start buying big, okay? This would be a reason the market to reverse, but we don't know, right? The market can reverse for any reason. So Let's see if FXPassion knows what he's talking about, everybody. So I'm going to enter a trade right now, if the platform allows me. Sell market, and I'm going with one lot, submit. Okay, I'm in the market. Hello Aske, how are you? How are you, Aske? So I'm going to, this is my order, and add stop loss. I'm going to add the stop loss. I'm going to add my stop loss. Let's see where is the high. The most recent, what's the number of the most recent high is 711. So I'm going to have my stop loss at 712, 712.68, and submit. Okay, I have my stop loss. Aske says I'm okay, thank you. And I'm going to have my take profit at take profit, and the take profit is going to be at 700. It's an area, right? 70000. Okay, submit. Let's see. Take profit. Okay, everybody, let's see how this trade is going to end. Do we agree, everybody, that this trading opportunity is not so bad, right? It's a nice trade. Okay, so this were the risk. I have the overall risk that the market can reverse for any reason. This is my risk, right? We don't, oh Passion, how do you know when you are going to win and how you are going to win? And well, I don't know, but the risk is that the market is unpredictable, right? You always are risking something. Okay, but technically speaking, everybody, technically speaking, now what are the reasons, right, before you enter the trade? Reasons, and then we're going to address the topic support, resistance, and pivot points in an extension and retracement. So reasons to enter the short trade. Okay, number one, the market reversed at the long-term down trend line. This is number one. Number two, the market reversed the trend. So from making lower lows, from making higher highs and higher lows, start to making lower highs, right? Number three, technically speaking, the market broke the short-term up trend line, short-term up trend line, right? And number four, but this is changing, okay? Bad news for the AUD. So those are the reasons, okay? Those are the reasons why did I enter right now. Is the trend going to work out? Most likely yes, but no guarantees whatsoever. This is why we are keep repeating you, okay? But those are the reasons, and as a beginner trader, everybody, if you want to learn something from today, before you enter the trade, address the risk and address the reasons, right? Reasons to enter the short trade. Number one, the market reversed at the long-term downtrend line. Up here, this is an indication that the trend is going to continue. No guarantees whatsoever. Number two, the market reversed the trend. So from making higher highs and higher lows, is making lower lows and lower highs. Number three, the market broke the short-term uptrend line, which is the green. Another reason to go short, right? And the news, which can change from one day to another. As Miguel says, China reduced 30% imports. Well, maybe tomorrow China is going to increase imports about for 60s, and the picture is going to change, right? but so far, technically speaking, this is a nice trading opportunity to go short. Is anybody in here who does not agree? Please, is anybody in here who does not agree? Or is anybody in here who sees some risks that we didn't address? Passion, you didn't check the daily time frame. Yes sir, you are correct. So let's check the daily time frame. This is the daily time frame. Let's zoom out. So this is the daily time frame, and what we are going to do, we have the downtrend line from yesterday, right? Remember, we have a false breakout. So from the daily chart, why is this important? Well, because the higher time frame is going to control the smaller time frame, and so far we are in a downtrend, right? Structure, we have low, high, low, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, right? Let me address which one is going to be. This one, structure, not trend but structure. So we are here right now, higher high, right? So this is the daily chart, and we are here right now. Okay, we didn't learn about crown yet, but this market also crowned. This is a technique that we are going to learn in the future months. Okay, so let's clean up, polyline clean up. Okay, so what we are seeing right now, we are seeing that there is a bullish, bearish, there is a bearish. I also entered now. Great, Miguel, congratulations. Where is your stop loss, Miguel? Okay, so everybody, let's talk about this. The best, right? If you look at the daily chart and the market is unpredictable, right? The market most likely is going to go down, but maybe the Chinese president is going to drink some liquids and is going to say, hey, let's increase imports, and this market is going to go up for any reason. Okay, just an example. But from the daily chart, what you can see, everybody, is that the safest, let's use the word safe, the safest stop loss would be up here, right? Do we agree on that, everybody, that the safest stop loss, technically speaking, would be up here? What do you say, Ask and Miguel? Is this the safest stop loss, and everybody else who is online? Do we agree that this up here, technically speaking, would be the safest stop loss? Up here, daily chart, right? Well, because if the market changes direction and if the market change direction and stops me out in here, everybody, it's totally okay. Why is that? Well, because the market, and Miguel is right, there is another. This trade has everything, stocks aligned, up, Fibo, down, crown. Yes, Miguel, we are going to learn these things. There is another stop loss, even better than this one, everybody, and is in here, clone, and is up here. Okay, so if the market reverses and stops me out, let's address the stop loss here. So stop loss number one from the daily chart, this is AUD USD daily chart, this is stop loss number one, and stop loss number two would be up here. Those two stop losses are safer than the one I put. We are going to explain why, okay? So if the market takes me out with the stop loss number one, it's totally okay, everybody. Why is that? How can a stop loss be alright? Well, it is signaling that the market is breaking the long-term downtrend line. So I'm not a magician, right? And as a beginner trader, I don't have a crystal ball, and sometimes my entry is going to be okay, sometimes my entry is not going to be so that okay, and sometimes the entry is going to be okay and I'm going to analyze the market in the best way possible, but the market is going to go against me for any reason and is going to stop me out. So technically speaking, stop loss number 1 is okay. Even better if the market takes me out of stop loss number 2, it's also okay, right? Why is that? Well, because if the market reverses and stops me out on stop loss number 2, it just did a higher high structure, right? Now, question for you everybody who is learning how to trade: why didn't I put my stop loss? Oh, Passion, why didn't you put your stop loss? Yes, this is what I'm going to ask you. Why didn't I put my stop loss at the level where is the stop loss number 1 or stop loss number 2 from the 1 hour time frame? What do you think, everybody? If I know that the best stop loss would be up here, right? Would be up here, why didn't I do this? What do you think? There is no right or wrong? Teacher Asket, Teacher Miguel, what do you think? Why didn't I put my stop loss up here? And there is no right or wrong. What do you think? I can do this, right? I can put my stop loss up here, but I can't do it right now. Why not? What do you think? I mean, I can, but there is a reason. Ask is questioning why. Teacher Miguel, what do you think? Why didn't I put my stop loss up there? Risk reward ratio, everybody. I cannot risk more. Yes, sir, Teacher Miguel, congratulations. I cannot risk more than I'm making. Risk reward ratio is the reason. Okay? So if the market is going to reverse for any reason and is going to stop me out, okay, then I'm cool with this. Okay, this is a stop loss level that is risky, right? The safest stop loss is up there. This stop loss is riskier, but I cannot put my stop loss risk reward ratio. This is the reason. Okay, and stop loss is a thing that the most beginner traders struggle. Okay, there is no right or wrong. What is better, to put your stop loss above the downtrend line, right, and risk, oh Passion, but the market is going to go your way, oh Passion, but the market is falling? You don't know this, everybody. We have all the reasons to believe that this market is going to fall, and most likely is going to fall, but you cannot be what's the word in English? Let me think. You cannot be naive so far that you are taking this trade for granted. There is no 100% trade, everybody. Okay? You can have all the reasons and the Fibonacci's and everything and the news and whatever. The market is unpredictable. So there is always risk involved. You cannot trade as a beginner trader thinking that, oh, I'm going to win. Well, maybe yes, maybe no. Trading is a numbers game. Right? Any questions so far? Any questions? If not, we are going to move on support, resistance and pivot point in extensions and retracements. And next week we are starting the tradings week. Okay, No questions so far. So let's talk about today. Lorenzo, how did you pick your take profit zone? Lorenzo, thank you for the question, my friend. This is from yesterday. The take profit level is in front of the big support resistance level. Okay, is the orange line, Lorenzo? The orange line here. So because I think that most likely the market is going to react, and the pivot point level and the support resistance are areas I'm going to show you. So this is from yesterday. On the monthly chart we identified, this is the monthly chart, Lorenzo, AUD USD. We identified that we are here, we are at the so-called pivot point, and if I clean up this chart, remove, and I put a horizontal line, the market reacted here. Okay, so the market reacted here, went up from the upside down, right? Went down and reversed, went down and reversed, went down and reversed, and right now what is going to happen? We are down, and most likely this market is going to, okay, sorry I missed, no problem, don't be sorry, don't be sorry, Lorenzo, no problem. We are here to explain to you, and please ask questions, everybody, as Lorenzo just did. You are going to learn asking questions. So what we expect is that the market is going to fall, and the market most likely is going to react. Okay, but Lorenzo, you are also right that we are going to use a technique called cancel and replace to secure our profits. No problem, don't be sorry. Okay, so what we are going to do as beginner traders, we are going to follow the market, and in here, right, in here, what we are going to do, if the market is going to make a high and start to go lower, we are going to put our stop loss above the most recent high. So starting from up here, we are going to adjust our stop loss and follow the trend, right? Because there is an old saying in the traders arena, cut the losers and let the profits run, right? So this is a technique, it's called cancel and replace your stop loss, and in that way we don't know what is going to happen. If the market is going to react, which I think it will do, then we are going to be stopped out with profit, in profit up here. If the market for any reason is going to continue to fall, then we are going to continue to cancel and replace, locking in profits as much as possible. Okay? Any questions? Any other questions? Anybody? Thank you, Lorenzo. No questions so far, so we're going to move to today's topic. No problem, everybody. If you have questions, just type in the chat, right? Or later you can write an email or whatever. So we said that the market structure, the market is moving in extensions, retracement, extension, retracement, right? This is the market in an uptrend, and we have a trend line confirming the uptrend, and we have also the downtrend, right? And the market is moving in extension, retracement, extension, retracement, right? Okay, and in an up market and in a down market, you are going to have, we are going to have support, resistance, and pivot points. So let's color code this in 10, this color. Okay, so you have the support, the resistance, the pivot point maybe, okay, something like this. Okay, and no, it's not all the same. No sir, no sir, no sir. You should trade differently in an extension than in a retracement. Okay, it's not the same. No sir, it's not the same. And if you don't see questions or comments, everybody, as I said, I'm streaming on YouTube, but I have 2 other platforms that are watching the webinar. Okay, so no sir, no, it's not the same. Okay, so imagine, everybody, imagine that you are trading here the extension, right? And imagine that you are trading here the retracement. Okay, you are trading the extension and you are trading the retracement. And when you are trading the extension, you are approaching this level of resistance maybe, or a pivot point. And if you are trading the retracement, you are approaching here the pivot point or a support, right? So what's the difference in here? Well, it goes about stop loss and take profit, everybody. Okay, and sometimes, everybody, so what's the difference? Well, this is a trade, this is a trade, so retracement trade when approaching pivot points or support levels, maybe, just maybe, not worth taking. Equals question mark. Is it true? Right? If you are here, and let's put down here, if you, okay, let's adjust. If you are here and you are entering a retracement trade, right? This is structure from the daily, but from the smaller time frame you are going to see a short downtrend. Let's color code this in blue, right? You are in a small downtrend, but structure is up. This is a retracement trade when approaching a pivot point or support level, maybe not worth taking. Why is that? Well, look at the probabilities. What are you going against, everybody? Oh, Passion, can I trade? Yes, you can. You can do anything you want, right? But look what is against you. Number 1, the uptrend line. Number 2, the pivot point or the support level. Yes, you're right, we don't know. Of course, the market can break and go further down. Yes, sir, but what are the probabilities? As Lorenzo asked, why the take profit down there? Well, look at the... okay, there are no guarantees whatsoever for the future. We don't have the crystal ball, but the market reversed, right? Reversed reacted. Number 1 in here. Let's clone. Number 2 is in here. 2 times. The market reacted the 3rd time. You have two times here, clone. You have 2 lows. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4 times. 5 times, everybody. The market reacted 5 times, right? 5 times. So what is the probability that the market is going not react this time? Yes, we don't have the crystal ball, but I believe, right? It's a belief. We cannot predict the market. We don't have the crystal ball, but based on what happened, most likely the market is going to react. So if you are, where are we? If you are here and you know that you are going against the long-term uptrend line, and you know that you are going against the pivot point, why would you enter this trade? Oh, Passion, but you said that there is no right or wrong. Yes, there is no right or wrong, but remember what we said. If you enter a trade and you lose, and you don't know why did you lose, it's okay. But when you enter a trade and your loss was predictable, everybody, then it's not okay. If you are my student and you enter this trade here, arrow, and you lose, I'm not going to be happy, you know, because I'm going to question you. Why did you enter here? Oh, because it was a short trade and my Fibonacci. I said, okay, I understand, but you knew that you were going against the pivot point, and you knew that you were going against the uptrend line, and you knew that the market in the past reacted. So this trade, my dear student, it's not okay. And of course, also no problem, just don't repeat the same mistake again. Okay? Don't repeat, because if you're going to repeat the same mistake again, guess what is going to happen? You are going to form a bad trading habit, everybody. We all have habits, right? Even sometimes we don't know, or we are unconscious, subconscious, right? But we are trading from our habits. If you are a beginner trader, or if you are a professional trader, or a trader with 10 years of experience, and you are not consistently profitable, guess what? Your bad trading habits are making fun of you, because you are thinking, man, I don't understand, everything was in place. Remember, trading is a psychological game. Everybody and anybody which comes to the webinars and courses, right, and studies, oh, I want to learn how to trade, teach me the Fibonacci. Trading habits, everybody. Of course, you need to learn the technical stuff and the fundamental stuff to understand, but when we talk about just trading and entering and exiting trades, it's all psychology. Greed, fear, uncertainty, stress level, all of this is going to subconsciously is going to impact your decisions. Do we agree? Okay? Do we agree on that? I mean, I'm not a psychologist, maybe I'm wrong, but so far nobody proved me wrong. Okay, so back to the retracement rate when approaching pivot points and support level, maybe not worth taking. Okay, why would be the extension trade? Let's say that we are here. Now let's be fair, right? We are here, the market is waving up, making higher highs, higher lows, right? And you are approaching the resistance or a pivot point, so why would be this extension worth taking? Or is it? Okay, let's clone this. Clone, to be fair, right? Extension trade. Extension trade. Extension trade. When approaching pivot points or support, not support but resistance, we need to correct this. Resistance level, maybe not worth taking, or is it? Well, what's the difference, everybody? The difference is that even though the market is going to react, if you have your stop loss right, the market is going to go through the resistance level or the pivot point level. Do you understand this, everybody? there is a logic behind this, why the retracement trade is maybe not worth taking and the extension trade it is. Do you understand this? So let's go to the live markets and AUD JPY monthly chart, and another one is going to be NZD CAD monthly chart, and another one is going to be AUD CHF monthly chart. So AUD JPY first, monthly chart, those are the bands, right? So as you can see, everybody, the market, when the forex market works, that he's moving from the monthly chart is moving from one band to another, right? Because of the import and exports, and government have contracts, right? So do you understand, technically speaking, why AUD JPY is falling right now? It's falling, it's making lower lows, lower highs. And do you understand why, even though we are here, this is support, do you understand why, even though we are here, in some point in time the market is going to break this support level? Okay, we don't know it's going to be today, tomorrow, in about 6 months, but in some point in time the market is going to break this support level. So approaching support, resistance and pivot points in an extension, retracement, extension, retracement, extension, okay, extensions are going to break the levels of support, resistance, pivot points. Okay, so let's color code this as a extension. Let's color code this in green. Okay, green, extension, extension, down. Okay, this is why, where are we here? So this is why extension trades need to be traded differently than retracement trades. Okay, if you're going to short AUD JPY, if you have your stop loss right, you would be safe. Okay, now this is AUD JPY. Look, NZD CAD monthly chart. Again, we have the two bands, right? The lower band and the upper band. See, in here this is a pivot point, and when the market was down here and starting to wave up, right? Come on. Okay, and this is a pivot point in here, right? You had the extension, retracement, everybody, extension, see, the market reacted, retracement, and it went through the pivot point. This is the difference between trading extensions or retracements in an uptrend structure or downtrend structure. The same logic applies here. In a downtrend, you have the retracement up and you have the extension down, right? The extension must break. If it's going to continue, the extension must break, right? So let's talk about stop loss. If you are here trading the uptrend on NZD CAD on the monthly chart, is just an example. It applies the same criteria and rules on the smaller time frames. But if you would trade it here, right, and you are approaching the pivot point, as you can see, if your stop loss was down here, it's just an example, everybody. Okay, oh, but Yes, the monthly chart is it's enormous, it's huge. It doesn't matter. Okay, this works on all time frames. Okay, so if you put your stop loss in the right place, most likely, no guarantees whatsoever, most likely you are going to be safe and the market is going to break through the pivot point or support or resistance. Okay, now if you would trade, everybody, if you would trade the retracement, right? So this was the extension. If you would trade the retracement in here, black arrow showing you the retracement, right, on the smaller time frame, what would happen, everybody? If you would enter the retracement trade in here, this was the example before, right? Come on. Okay, so this was the retracement rate, right? And we said the retracement rate when approaching pivot point or support level may be not worth taking. What happened on NZD CAD? Right? This is the monthly chart. On the 4-hour chart, this was a downtrend. Let me see if we can show you. Where are we? This is the 4-hour chart. Where are we? Where is the arrow? Arrow, come on, come on. Where is the arrow? So here, see? This is the arrow, and back in time on the 4-hour chart, you had this downtrend, right? Downtrend, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. So when approaching the pivot point or the support or resistance, it depends what you are trading, this trade maybe is not worth taking. Why? Because if you entered here and you were stubborn, you know, as I was stubborn. Oh, the market is going down, you know. Of course, when it's time to trade, we don't have the crystal ball. And what we are seeing is this, right? And I was stubborn, you know, and I said, oh, the market is in a downtrend, which it was. And it's making lower lows, lower highs. So let's short. Well, wait a minute. What about the pivot point here? What about this? And if I was stubborn enough, I would burn my account, right? I would short again, I would short in here, and I would counter trendline break, I would, come on, short in here, make profit. Let's clone again, right? I would make 2 profits, and I would short in here the third, and I would lose, right? I would won the first and the second, I would short the third, I would lose. And I would short again because the market is in a downtrend. I would lose again, and I would be stubborn, right? And I would short again, and I would lose again, right? Why? Because the market reacted to the pivot point. So this is the difference, everybody. When you are trading as a beginner trader, you need to know what are you trading. Are you in an extension trade? Are you in a retracement trade? Are you in an uptrend? Are you in a downtrend? Who is going against you? As in here, we are trading this. Where is the... So, oh, in here, right? So we are trading this, right? This is our trade for today. But who is against us? Well, down here there is resistance, support, sorry. There is support against us in here. So Of course I'm going to cancel and replace my stop loss, but I cannot be so naive thinking that, oh, I'm going to enter another trade down here. Well, no. Oh, Passion, but you said that we can trade. Yes, you can do anything you want, of course, but don't be naive, everybody, and think that you can. I mean, you can, not that you can't, but if you are going to win until down here, this is a common mistake for the beginner trader. Don't tell me no. I've been there, okay? I made all this profit and the market is going to give me another counter trendline break here. Don't be so naive, everybody, thinking that the market is just going to fall. Okay? Because it won't. Yes, we don't have the crystal ball, you are right, okay? Yes sir, the market can break down and do whatever it wants, but most likely the market is going to react. So AUD/JPY work the same way. NZD CAD monthly chart worked and is continually working the same way, right? AUD/CHF, the bands, lower band, upper band, somewhere in here. Okay, so you have the pivot point up here. Okay, so let me see. Okay, is there this reaction, everybody, was predictable? Why did the market react here? Well, it touched the pivot point, but most likely, everybody, so it's extension, retracement. Most likely this market is going to break through the pivot point. And we addressed AUD/CHF trade yesterday or on Tuesday, on Monday, I don't remember, and we talked about the stop loss levels on the weekly, right? And we addressed the Miguel said the stop loss would go down here, which is the best place. Eddington says his stop loss would be down here, which is also okay. And we said that we have the trend line, right? And the stop loss could be the most recent low on the daily chart, right? So right now the market would stop you out. This was the trend line, right? So another stop loss would be in here, and the tight stop would be here, which the market would stop you out right now, because AUD/CHF is falling right now. Okay, but talking about direction, everybody, monthly chart, long-term direction from the AUD/CHF, it's up, and it's safer to trade extensions than retracements. Oh, Passion, but I love to trade retracement. No problem. I'm not telling you that you can't. Okay, I'm not telling you that you can't. I'm just telling you to address the risk as a beginner trader. Okay, and if you are going to lose, know why. Don't be just, I lost, I just lost, so I'm going to enter again. Well, wait a minute, why did you lose? Don't be stubborn, everybody. Okay, I was stubborn for myself. I didn't listen to my mentor, right? Until one day my mentor said, oh man, you are so stubborn, right? You are unbelievably stubborn. And I said, and he told me, he said, unless you change your trading habits, and stubborn is your habit, you will not be successful. And he was right. He was totally right, And finally I said, well, I am wrong, yes. I am stubborn, yes. And I cannot go that way anymore. So I need to change my trading habits and try to enter only high probability trades and stop trading just for the sake of trading. And when I finally start listen to the rules, obeying the rules, trading starts to become consistent and profitable, and everything changed. Okay everybody, see you back tomorrow. This is the lesson for today. Remember, next week we are not going to learn anything. We are going to start the trading week. So prior to Monday, if you have questions, type in the chat box. If you have questions, send an email, no problem. Next week is the trading week. We are not going to learn anything new. We are just going to look for trading opportunities. So until tomorrow, stay strong and trade with passion. This is FXPassion signing off.